Who is Ahmed Mirabet? Well, he's a central character in our story while the current war of words and caricatures is underway between France and the Muslim world. Why is French President Emmanuel Macron turning on Islam? And does the answer lie in French Orientalist views of Muslims and North Africans? This is French Muslim discrimination decoded. Ahmed Mirabet was a police officer killed in the line of duty defending French freedoms. He was gunned down along with 11 others in January 2015 outside the offices of the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. Ahmed was awarded a posthumous Légion d'honneur in recognition of his bravery. The terrorist attack was carried out by two French North African brothers more than 2 years after Charlie Hebdo had published caricatures of the Muslim prophet Muhammad. The hashtag Je suis Charlie went viral in support of those who had been killed, but Je suis Ahmed was quietly forgotten. Perhaps one reason why Ahmed, the defender of Charlie Hebdo, was erased was because he was a North African Muslim. The Maghrebi community struggled to integrate into French society due to the administrative and political ideological labeling of French North Africans as Muslims and not as true French citizens. French Muslims are trapped in a religious identity of sorts, and the cage of Islamic communalism, or the grouping together of Muslims into one monolithic community, was in fact created by French politicians. Part of why Islamophobia is such a problem is not the large number of radical Muslims in France, but rather that the Islamic label stands in for racial and ethnic differences in a society that refuses to grapple with its racist history. And this inability influences how descendants of that colonial past are treated and viewed within France. So how far does the burden go? France's relationship with North Africa began with the brutal colonization of Algeria in 1830. While Tunisia and Morocco remained under French control until 1956, Algeria would become independent in 1962 after a decade-long bloody war with France. The violence of that war and the systematic use of torture by the French regime, confirmed many decades later, continues to be a contentious issue today. For example, French historians say 250,000 Algerians were killed during its colonization, whereas Algerians say 1.5 million people were killed. Why is contention over numbers from Algeria's war with France important today, you may ask? Well, if French intellectuals could effectively erase more than 1 million Algerians from their own historical records, it's not difficult to forget the French-Algerian defender of Charlie Hebdo, Ahmed Mirabet. Islamophobia is a form of racism, one that sees certain individuals as too culturally alien to ever be fully accepted as part of the French mainstream. Race and racism are central to the lives of French Algerians, Moroccans, Tunisians, and French Turks. But it is their Muslim identity which determines their citizenship and socio-economic status in France. Ethnic minorities in France remain on the margins of society, and that underlines race and ethnicity, what they call laïcité, or the secularizing process. And as long as minorities are not acknowledged as French or are seen as non-white, they will remain marginalized and vulnerable. Tell me what you think and leave your comments on TRT World's YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter at Ali_Mustafa.